Super Rugby Aotearoa, the Sunday game, as it is very wet outside here in Auckland. Well, down in Christchurch, the Crusaders will have the chance to clinch the Super Rugby Aotearoa title if they can get the job done against the Highlanders. The Crusaders could have done it last week, but they dropped that first game of theirs to the Hurricanes at home. That was a bit of an upset, and still keeps the Blues in with a shot, but the Blues will need an incredible bit of support and help from the Highlanders. So the Highlanders got it all to do. They've got 2 wins and 3 losses. They are pretty much guaranteed, I think, to finish second from bottom. They'll finish above the Chiefs. They'll finish below the Hurricanes. But I'm sure there's nothing Highlanders fans, I know they're not going to exactly want to help out Blues fans, but to take that kind of sweet victory away from the Crusaders would probably mean something. These guys are traditional rivals down the bottom of the South Island, so they got this recent result to avenge. Earlier in Super Rugby Aotearoa, the Crusaders had a blitz at the end of the game to run out 40-20 winners. It was one of the kind of bigger results. Could you call it a hiding? Maybe a bit at the end. Most of the Aotearoa results have been pretty close, but that was one of the bigger margins. I'm not sure what the biggest is. It may be that one. I'd have to double check the records, but yeah. So there should be plenty of motivation for the Highlanders, even though they're not going to win. But that being said, it's a sold-out crowd. It's at home. It's the Crusaders. They're big-time favourites, and they should get the job done. Look at the squad. They got Moody, who's back after a bit of bereavement leave. Taylor and Ala Toa. That's your front row. So all international front row. Whitelock and Strange are your second row. Sanders, Christie, and Douglas. Sanders, Christie, and Douglas has maybe not got that kind of big name that some of the other teams have got. Like you look at the Chiefs, they've got Sam Cane. You look at the Canes, they've got Artie Savia. The Crusaders don't have a big name guy. They don't have Matt Todd anymore. They don't have Kieran Reid. But it's not made a difference, man. These guys have been so good. I probably don't give them enough kudos myself, but I'm just saying they've been really, really good defensively. I mean, they make tons of tackles. Christie especially. Sanders with that try last week, phenomenal stuff. And Douglas is a proper skills player as well for number 8. So, yep. Hall and Mo'unga are your 9 and 10. Mo'unga's been the best of the 10s, I think, here in New Zealand. And if I was picking an All Blacks team at the minute, he'd be my 10. And Hall and Drummond have kind of still continued that shift as to who's 9 and who's on the pine, basically. So it's Hall with the nod this week. Neither of them is really constantly standing up and saying, pick me, pick me. They kind of fluctuate and sometimes have a better game from the bench. But anyway, we'll see how he goes. They're both good players. Nice that you can kind of have that problem to have 2 really good players. Goodhue and Enor are the midfield, so it's very nice to have Enor back, I'm sure, for Crusaders fans. Bridge and Reese are the wings, and Jordan is your fullback. Proper talent. Those guys have all been phenomenal this season. Jordan's probably been stealing the show, but Reese and Bridge have also been very, very good as well. So, man, what can I say? The Crusaders are good. That's my point. The Highlanders, they've named, again, a pretty stable lineup. Johnston, Dixon, and Thwaites are their front row. That'll be a tough job because they were under a bit of pressure from the Blues last week, but we'll see how they go. Parkinson and Wetton are your locks. Frizzell, Hunt, and Mikaele Tu'u are your back rowers. Hunt has been good, I think, in terms of his work rate. It's been good, but I don't know that he's quite been there. Remember, he's up against Sam Cane for that All Blacks jersey, but this is a guy who wants to be in that black jersey in the future. I think he probably needs to be a bit more effective at the breakdown. Mikaele Tu'u has been phenomenal, but Frizzell, for me, of the 3, has been the top dog. He has just been a wrecking ball of a player, and his work rate's been right up there as well. Smith, he's been my 9 for the tournament, even though I'm still bitter and twisted about his Hollywood last week. Yeah, he's there at 9, and Ioane is there at 10, and it's good to see him at 10, which means Mitch Hunt's at fullback, McKay and Nadek. Is it McKay or Mackay? Maybe Mackay. Hunt's at fullback, Mackay, and Nareki on the wings. I'm glad to see Nareki get a start because he is proper dangerous, and Tompkinson and Collins are the midfield. So, yeah, still no me, Nihi Milner-Skudder. That just seems to be going to be a thing. I'm not sure we'll see Carter. I'm not sure we'll see Savia. I'm not sure we'll see Nihi Milner-Skudder. I would say Savia is probably the most likely at this point, but who knows? And I'm talking of Julian if I didn't mention his first name. But yeah, it's an uphill road for the Highlanders. But like I said, they've got motivation. In all likelihood, the Crusaders lift that Aotearoa trophy in front of their home fans. It's a sellout crowd. Good on you, Christchurch, for selling that game out. Your team's been proper good. They did get beaten, so they are mortal, but especially at home. But yeah, you can definitely be proud of the effort they've been putting in. So yeah, it's a big time clash. We'll see how it goes. I'll be watching it. I'll be live streaming it. If you guys want to watch along, check that out on Sunday. Remember, the last win the Highlanders had over Christchurch was had over the Crusaders in Christchurch was 2015. Long time between drinks. Most of these guys in the Highlander squad wouldn't have been playing for the squad. Last win over the Crusaders is 2018, not that long ago. But the most recent result is that one. So pretty brutal. Yeah, the Crusaders are 16-point favourites with the bookies and 16-point favourites with Rugby Forecast algorithm. So the Highlanders, nobody is expecting you to get it done. As a Blues fan, please get it done, because then that final game here at Eden Park is going to be a proper final. Aotearoa doesn't have a final. It could use a final. So, yeah. You guys let me know your thoughts, and yeah, I'll talk to you again soon. See you later.